What's that word? What's that word, family? Hey, man, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out. Is to the streets, is to the streets, man. Today on Fast and Furious Interviews, we got a very special guest coming directly from Smoke One Records, the Don Dada, man. So, Don Dada, won't you come up here, tell the people who you are and where you from?
Yeah, it's your boy Vonte Da Dondada. You know what I mean? Coming straight from California, out here to Jacksonville, Clay County. You know what I mean? Clubhouse Studio. You know what I mean? Smoke One Records. You know what I mean? Shout out to the best producer out right now. You know what I mean? Linwood Sounds.
All right, man. So it's something about you that I got, man. You was actually born in California. Then you moved to the East Coast, right? Can you tell us about that?
You know what I mean? Starting off in California. You know what I mean? It was real short. You know what I mean? But really just growing up in the hood. Things was just a lot of things were going on. Everything was going on. You know what I mean? But eventually, you know what I mean, things were going on in the same little spot too much. Mom Deuce decided to get back with her old dude and get on. So we came out here to Jacksonville or Clay County. When we moved out here, you know what I mean, I experienced being, bullied. It was different.
How was it for you growing up in California?
And it was just time with the cousins. The worst memory, seeing a dude get stomped to death up under the car.
Well, how old was you when you saw that traumatic experience?
I was 6 years old when I seen that. We was going out to eat and come outside, dude just get stomped on him.
He didn't make it at that point?
No.
After that, your mom said, we got to get the hell up out of here, or what?
That's when, she was ready to get up out of California and go somewhere different. She didn't want to be in the Bay Area no more. She didn't want to be in Oakland no more.
Your mom decides to move, man. Did she talk to you about the move?
Not really. She more so told my big brother and my older brother came to me and talked to me when we was moving.
All right, so now it's time to move. And you had two other brothers, right?
Yeah.
All right, but all of them didn't come at that particular time, right?
Nah.
Why?
My oldest brother didn't come because, he was already grown and doing his own thing. He had family. He had like 2 kids when we left, a wife. So that's the reason why he stayed. And he was in the streets heavy. Then me and my other brother, that's who had to come out here to Florida.
All right, so mom moves you guys out to Florida. What was that transition like to come from California to move to Florida?
I mean, the environment is different. I wasn't used to being judged by whites. It's not like that on the West. Being judged, things being different, being bullied, but that didn't last long. There weren't people that had close people, you know what I mean, that made me fight for myself and really stand up as a man. It's really teaching me to be a man.
Earlier, you was telling me about a situation that happened and your book bag got took. Tell us about that situation, bro.
Yeah, it was one time I was leaving from school and the kid was wanting to race this. So he messed around. We ended up racing, but he didn't. He ran maybe like 3 feet and tripped me. Snatched my book bag. He wouldn't give it back. I ran to the crib. Mom Dukes asked me, hey, where your book bag at? And I'm like, buddy took it. I don't know what he did with it. I came home and My cousin, well, he friend of the family, you know what I mean? He said, nah, bro, you ain't running from shit. You gotta go get your book bag back. And ain't no running. So he made me go to a buddy house and knocked on the door. His folk come outside and was like, and my cousin was like, you got the son named such and such who stay here? So he opened up the door. I mean, he said, yeah. And he told him, can he come outside? And they was talking about it or whatever. And he was like, he gonna have to fight because he said he threw my book bag in the trash can. So he was like, he definitely got to fight and go get the book bag. So he made us fight. And shoot, I got whooped. I got beat up. But it didn't stop me until I got my book bag back. We had to fight every day, every time I seen him.
How old was you at that point?
I was 8.
All right, so you was 8 at that point. You had to fight for your book bag. Did that smooth things over at school, or did school change, or what?
No, they kept trying to bully me. He had just got more people.
So why was he bullying you in particular?
I guess I was the new kid at the school, and I went from out in Florida. I came from way west. That's the only reason why he had any reason to bully me. Or maybe he had something going on at home. But it was a whole group of them after that.
All right, so they got a group. Did you have to go and get you a group in order to maintain yourself in school?
No. My brother and his people was in high school, and so they weren't letting nobody jump me.
All right, so you come up out that situation and you end up going to high school. What was it like going to high school in Florida?
Going to high school, I mean, it was straight. You know what I mean? First starting out, I was playing football. That's how, you know what I mean, I met Country Food, actually. And they was all doing it. He was actually a varsity player. I was JV. I was coming on as JV. But once my grades started falling, I started going about my business. You know what I mean? I stopped playing football, quit football, left football alone. Like, fuck that. Didn't even think about trying to get grades up to even keep playing. Didn't even think about that. Just went a whole different route.
So around that time, you gave up football. Is that the time that you ended up dropping out of school?
No, I stayed in school for a little bit. But I was constantly like jumping different schools because I was always in trouble.
So you was jumping different schools. What does that mean? Like you was
Like say like 1 year I go to Orange Park. Another year I went to Ridgeview. I went to I got kicked out of Clay County School, so I had tried to go to this thing called FLICA. But everything I was getting kicked out of.
Was that an alternative school that you went to? You ended up at an alternative school?
Nah. I ain't send me to no alternative school. It was like more so like a boot camp.
Do you think because you played sports that helped you out as far as situations that you may have got into?
Yeah, because I wouldn't have been in certain places when I wasn't supposed to. I've been at practice or something.
You drop out of school at the age of what, 16?
Yeah, 16.
All right, so you drop out of school, and now what are you doing? What are you thinking? What are you doing?
Uh, 16, I'm hanging out. You know what I mean? I was, well, shoot, during school, you know what I mean? Because, yeah, during school, yeah. But when I dropped out, I was hustling. I was doing a whole bunch of hustling. But I wasn't really, like, messing with it.
All right, so you start hustling, right?
Yeah.
Is there a situation that made you like look at yourself and say, "Why am I doing this?"
No, not at the time. It was more of a thrive. It was adrenaline. It was a rush from getting all, you know, making money coming in. You seeing thousands of dollars and stuff like that. And my mind is like, I need more. I'm not thinking about, I'm not even thinking about the consequences at the time.
All right, so you start hustling. How old was you when you made your first thousand?
I was about 17. 16, I, I was hustling backwards. I didn't really, you know what I mean, like I said, know anything until I started messing with pills. Once I started messing with pills, that's when everything took off. Cause like, I didn't know nothing about coke or anything else, you know what I mean? But pills, I knew pills was my way all the way around the board.
You out there hustling. When did you decide that you wanted to be a rapper?
I was about 29. I started thinking about, you know what I mean, really pursuing the dream. But it took, you know what I mean, Trigger, you know what I mean, who with Smoke One Records, he kept pushing me, telling me, hey, you know what I mean, you a good artist, you can rap, you know what I mean? Come get in the studio, you know what I mean, really produce your talent. Just keep doing what you're doing the same thing. Let people hear what you got to say. And I eventually just came over here, you know what I mean, talk to country.
Now you meet up with country again, right?
Mm-hmm.
This time it ain't on the football field. It's in the studio, right?
Uh, Me and Country Food, you know what I mean, I used to be with YGB or whatever, you know what I mean, with him and a whole bunch of other artists, like Goon, Fast Money Goon,
What brought you to that movement?
just their form, the music. It was their loyalty. You know what I mean? Because everybody, you know what I mean, stuck with each other. They was always behind each other, you know what I mean? Right or wrong. And that's what made me, that's what attracted my attention, you know what I mean?
All right, so at this point you're not a rapper yet, right?
No.
What was you doing for YGB?
Posted with them, you know what I mean? Hanging out. They was doing music and stuff like that. I was around for, you know what I mean, most of it. I would fight. Bump with somebody who got beef with YGB. Yeah. Smoke, yeah. Getting it to you.
What made you decide to come out of saying, I don't want to be another person that's just in the crew. I want to be a featured artist in the crew?
Here recently, you know what I mean? I just, you know what I mean, got down with wanting to be an artist. First time really freestyling was a group of, you know what I mean, students at lunch, beating on the table and stuff like that, freestyling. I just walked up, started rapping.
What was the reaction after you finished rapping?
Everybody wanted to know my name, who I was, did I have music? They were surprised I even was able to rap. They was freestyling. Some of them was freestyling about teachers. Some of them was freestyling about uh, they lunch, the lunch period. Some of them was talking about the streets. It was just a whole lot of different subjects going around the table with everybody.
All right, so you do that cipher, right? And everybody want to know your name. Now do you start making friends at school?
Yeah, I had a few friends. You know what I mean? Like I say, you know what I mean? Country food in there. Lunchtime, I was feeling in the mode, ready to go type thing. I didn't really have too many friends like that, but I hung out with a few.
Now you doing freestyles every time they doing a freestyle or what?
Nah, nah. I wasn't freestyling every time they would freestyle or whatever, but I freestyled a couple times. Didn't really like express that I can rap all the time. That was more so like a something to do when we smoke.
Was you a part of YGB at that time?
Nah, that was like one of the first days at school.
All right, so you start that freestyle, and then how many years did it take for you to meet up with and hang out and be a part of YGB?
That was my first year.